This is Jeff at Magnitude 10 Comics. So here on the left, we have Batman: The Adventures Continue, Season 1. So this trade paperback combines some of the comic book series that covered the cartoon version that you might be familiar with. And it retails for $20. Then this caught my eye when the poster was out, the promo poster was out years ago. This is actually a hardbound and something I thought was rather beautiful. I would love to have it in my personal collection. And a reasonable price, $40 for a hardbound. And that covers the Batwoman, Catwoman series, and I just think the artwork's gorgeous. As many of you know, I'm a fan of Batman and also Catwoman. So kind of shifting over here, I'll let you see the gorgeous artwork over here. This caught my eye. So this was the Catwoman that I remember from the 90s, the Jim Ballant run. There's been many artists since that have done, and here's one of them that must be Adam Hughes on the cover there. So this collects DC Finest, Catwoman Lifelines. Let's see, so Catwoman's Volume 1 through 4, so that must be the Jim Ballant run. Catwoman Volumes 1 through 12, Catwoman Annual number 1, and Batman Catwoman Defiant number 1. And also stories from Action Comics Weekly and Showcase 93. This is a series that I've recently read. This is very interesting here. I actually have the originals I put out at the Antique Mall. That's the 1990s Jim Ballant first issue. That might have been the first time that Catwoman had her own ongoing series title. This is that mini series there in the front. So yeah, this is a really nice anthology for any fan. Nice trade paperback compilation for any fan of Catwoman. And that retails for $40 as well. Nice book. Okay, and then as you've already seen here, the Catwoman Dangerous Liaisons. That has to be Adam Hughes, but if you know better, please comment. If you have a preference, please let me know your preference. Okay, so Jeff Deckel, this is a name that I'm starting to see, but I have a feeling maybe he did do that cover. So this is a more modern volume of Catwoman stories. Looks pretty interesting and a very affordable price point at $16.99. I'll probably discount that to $15. Okay, so as you can see already, we have a reveal. We have Aquaman the Trench. This was Jeff Johns and Ivan Reis. That was for Aquaman a very popular run. I have not read it. I've just read reviews, and I'm looking forward to enjoying that myself. For $15, looks like a great little trade paperback. Here we have Wonder Woman, her greatest victories. It looks like they've got Gal Gadot on the cover there. So a variety of artists, Jeff Johns here also, and George Perez, Len Wein, Jerry Conway. I don't know if this looks like it's a compilation of stories. her greatest victories. So there you go. From various issues, Wonder Woman 329, these are the Jerry Conway and George Perez, Justice League from 2012, 2013. So that's a nice, very nice. Really happy with that. $12.99. I'll round that down to $12. Let's stick with Wonder Woman here on the left. Tom King. Now this might be a continuous, set of stories here. It looks like, yeah, and then they reproduce the covers from issue to issue. Outstanding. Collecting stories from Wonder Woman number 800 and Wonder Woman issues number 1 through 6. So this must have been a reboot with Tom King as the writer. If you're not familiar, he's also the author of the Supergirl Woman of Tomorrow that is the basis of the 2026 Supergirl movie that's going to be coming out. And again, a good price point. Suggested retail is $20. And then finally, Wonder Woman by George Perez. You may have seen in other videos when I've covered this issue, the actual comic book. Just love George Perez's artwork on Wonder Woman. He really brought Wonder Woman back in the 80s, and this trade paperback's devoted to the George Perez series, and rightly so. It retails for $40. Okay, so let me see if I can find season 1 so we can see them side by side. Here we have Batman of the Adventures Continue, seasons 1 and 2. So you can pick up an extra volume here. This was the Cartoon Network, and that, of course, there were different series on this, 3 or 4 different series. There were Batman and Robin Adventures, and this was the Adventures Continue. So, but if you saw the cartoon, that's the basis of this. And these were also sold as periodicals, so you can find them as back issues. But trade paperbacks are a very affordable way to read these stories. And then finally, Grant Morrison is one of my favorite authors. And here he is on Green Lantern. This is season 2, Ultra War. It doesn't look like I picked up, I'm not sure, this is volume 2, so I might have missed reading this correctly. So it looks like there was a volume 1 that I'll have to look for at some point. $18 is the suggested retail. Let's take a quick look here. It's like a good way to immerse yourself in the world. Now this is Hal Jordan, and he's not everyone's favorite Green Lantern, but he was a long-running Green Lantern through the 60s into the 70s. Okay, let me switch gears and get set up with the periodicals, also known as floppies, and we'll be right back. Okay, I'm set up and back. These are the periodicals, or also known as floppies. These are, the comic books. It was a big order, guys, and I'm seeing it's hard to do justice. I know the film, I have to pick these out online from a catalog, but boy, in person, some of these covers are just amazing. I think you're gonna really like some of what I'm seeing here. So a lot to get through to, a lot in this order, but let's start off with image titles. So I tried here something a little different. This is Deadly Tales of the Gunslinger. It just kind of caught my eye. beautiful colors, got an alien hand here, kind of reminds me of the original Cowboy Ghost Rider. Just thought it was something cool to check out from Image. We have Hyde Street, issue 3. This has gotten a lot, this is part of the Ghost Machine series from Image. It's gotten a lot of good reviews. If any of these are ones that you're familiar with, because I don't know if you know how this works, but we have to order these. So wherever you buy your books, your local shop, wherever, if you're able to give me feedback, because basically once we've bought it, we're kind of stuck with it. I'm not aware of any way to return these. So we have to try to order as close as what we think our customers would like. So any feedback you can give me, if you see something that really catches your eye, that goes a long way. It helps me out to know what sort of orders to place, because we have to place these well in advance. But if you're reading this is by Jeff Johns and Ivan Reese, that team we've seen before. Looking forward to seeing what that's about. This was a movie back in the 80s. Now this is Ahoy Comics, so this is an example of another kind of minor publisher, not as big as Image even, but apparently they have the rights to the Toxic Avenger movie. It's got a wraparound cover. This is a little bit of nostalgia. We'll see, but thought it would be fun to pick that up. I've covered before this Creep Show. This is issue 5. It's a solid book. If you're into that sort of thing, they're one-shots that you can pick up. You don't have to read them from the start. They're complete stories, so this looks pretty gruesome here, where apparently the sushi, so there's several stories, good value. This is delivered so far. This will be the 3rd issue that we've gotten in here at the shop. And then finally, Savage Dragon reached its 275th issue, so they did a 100-page super spectacular. That's a fun series. I've seen it. I see it a lot out there. I've never read it, so kind of looking forward to seeing what that's all about. Now we're into DC, the main lines here. So I shouldn't say that. Over here, The Flash. This is issue 17. And we have a variant cover. So we got, I guess, a guest appearance of the Warlord in this issue, which is kind of cool. This cover here, just the artwork is just awesome. I'm sure the camera doesn't do it justice, but and I'm not always going to try to pronounce these names, especially if I'm not familiar with them yet. But they are doing a good job of giving the cover credits. I like that. That's always been an issue in the past. Usually you can find it somewhere, but having it right there by the barcode, I think, is nice. And so that is a wraparound cardstock variant cover for Flash number 17. The horror series continues over here. This is 4 of 4, so I think we have the complete run of that DC horror now. And here we got the Green Lantern zombified cover. Very cool. And this is a variant cover of that same issue. The Riddler and Catwoman, they're looking at horror, I guess, at the Green Lantern. Charlie Adlard. Okay, you probably heard my reviews. I just haven't, this hasn't sunken in, but you know, I had ordered these well in the past. This is issue number 4. Certainly makes sense to combine vampires with DC superheroes. I like the concept. The artwork is gorgeous. Like, look at this cover. This is a variant cover for that issue. Just amazing. You know, I guess this must be, well, it looks like Wonder Woman is turned into a vampire at this point, maybe. So again, cardstock wraparound variant cover. It's under the Elseworlds title. because it's outside the main universe. And Omar, not sure how to pronounce that, but that's just an amazing cover to me. Do you agree? Comment below, please. Okay, and then mainline Superman series, Williamson and Mora. Doomsday is back, so we kind of see a bunch of Doomsdays in the background, and then that's probably this variant cover here. This must be Doomsday, and this variant is by Miko Suyan. Again, I apologize. I shouldn't even try. Challengers of the Unknown, issue 2. This is cover A, and the variant cover behind it. It's fun discovering this series. I think DC has really done a great job building their universe. Their comic books have been, I've enjoyed it. They have them cross-populated and connected. From the Justice League, this group, the Challengers, this is a revival of a Silver Age series of the same name. Now, Metamorpho is due to make an appearance in the upcoming Superman movie, so I went ahead and picked up this issue. This is issue 2. It's Metamorpho there in the background, and she's got a similar costume, so looks kind of interesting. Looks a pretty fun cover there. Power Girl continues with issue 17. This has got my curiosity. This is a Paquette cover. That's cover A. Here's a variant cover. Matea. Okay, I said I wasn't going to try, and I really need to stick to that. I'm sorry. Those of you who know, you can smile and grin. I appreciate your patience. Just a gorgeous cover. And then we have this one. And just the artwork, it challenges you. You've got a little shadow down here. You have this negative space of the cloud. I just think those are two great examples of what artists can do these days, and just amazing artwork. And a good story too. I've been following that. Let's switch back and let's talk a little bit. So this is a one-shot that DC released because they're getting ready to do something with Green Lantern, maybe also with the Green Lantern universe. And so this was billed an advertisement as a major event. The next Green Lantern epic starts here. So in a single issue, you can pick this up. Green Lantern Fractured Spectrum. That's going to set the stage for apparently where they're going with Green Lantern. This is cover A. This is the foil edition. So here's an example. That's little particles of paper that got picked up, I guess. And I think hopefully that comes across on the camera. Just a beautiful cover. I really like the foiled version. It's a little bit more of a virgin cover too. That we have the DC bullseye symbol and nothing else on the trade dress. I think that's a winner right there. That's gorgeous. And then here we have another variant cover for Green Lantern Fractured Spectrum. Several characters are portrayed here, so kind of draws you in. Let me switch over here to the latest release of Justice League Unlimited. This is issue number 3. This is a variant cover. I didn't pick up cover A this time. I just went for these variant covers. There's cover A. With DC, you always get that underneath the cardstock variant wrap. And then this is a foil edition. I don't know if it has much to do with the story, but It's a cool foil Batman cover with, looks like Swamp Thing in the back. Okay, so on the left here, continuing on the left, we have Birds of Prey, issue 16, Batgirl. Now this is like in the style of Peach Momoko, but it's not Peach Momoko. It's, to me at least, I mean, untrained eye, Rian Gonzalez, just kind of a cute cover. I actually like that. Don't ask me why. And there's what, you know, that, so this was cover A. And then one more cover. Here we have Barda. I haven't learned her name yet, these characters. I think they are Amazons or, yeah, I'm not gonna try to pronounce that name. Okay, I'm gonna save Wonder Woman and switch back over here to the right. Here's Green Arrow, issue 20. This is cover A, kind of a classic reflection in the goggles of the villain, an eye for an eye. I just think Green Arrow is really overlooked series. He's a really cool character. All the stories I've read have been excellent. Not sure who's on this. Condon and Montos. See, here's an example. That corner is bent. And how did that happen? But if you're looking for a discount, here you've got it. And that was the variant cover. Beautiful cover otherwise. Awesome cover. Okay, sticking with the Birds of Prey, Harley Quinn 47. And a variant cover. Now this is David Nakayama. You can always tell from his DNA is his initials, so he puts the double helix, the infinity symbol as a DNA helix. And it looks like Clayface in the background. And then Black Canary. So this has often been Green Arrow's partner in the comic book stories, but she has her own title right now. This is issue 3. Best of the Best. And a little bit out of order. This is Black Canary though. And this should be Barbara Gordon. But I'm not sure because at one point Barbara Gordon was paralyzed and in a wheelchair, so I'm not sure if that's who that's supposed to be. But I love the contrast. This is a little bit more cartoony, and this is more photorealistic. I just really love that cover. And the story has actually been really good. I've enjoyed it. This is issue 17. Okay, let's go for Wonder Woman. So they are, one of the nice things is that these are later printings. This is a further printing of Absolute Wonder Woman #1. But the nice thing about what they're doing that I appreciate, you get a completely different cover art. This is a unique cover, even though it's not the first printing. So I think that really brings the value back. If you missed this earlier last year, at the end of last year, you can still pick up Absolute Wonder Woman issue #1. And it's the same story, but a new cover. And this is like, I think they're up to 3rd printing. This is the foil edition. Now this cover art has been printed before. But it is 3rd printing. I'm not sure that they did it in a foil previously. This is a later printing of issue #2, and that's new cover art, along with a foil edition. And yet again, a third variant for issue 2 of Absolute Wonder Woman. Okay, now we're getting into the current line, the main line of the DC universe. So we have Catwoman 70. Wonderful cover. Another wonderful variant cover. But I think this Frank Cho, wow, it's awesome. And they're getting caught up. Look at that cover. Isn't that amazing? Catwoman 71. So a couple issues of Catwoman and another variant cover by Frank Cho. Amazing. It's really unique. I love it. And then this was kind of fun. They did this series with the holidays. We're just now getting it, but you know, everybody needs a hot tub and a hot chocolate. So there's Catwoman in a little winter scene. Now this is up to 72. I believe this is another, yeah, Frank Cho. And then this is cover A of issue 72. Okay, going to switch over to Wonder Woman 15. We have several variant covers. There's the David Nakayama variant. Awesome. This is a fun throwback to the Invisible Plane. A lot of fun. This is issue 15. That's a variant cover. This is issue 16. I love this artist. I'm looking forward to reading this. Bringing back a chimp. I don't know. Looks interesting. Another David Nakayama variant cover. Fantastic. And issue 17. So they're getting caught up, those 3 issues of Wonder Woman in this delivery. Another David Nakayama. We have some supporting characters in this cover. And I think this is one of my favorites right there. Oh, and then they did a holiday winter special with Wonder Woman as well. Maybe it's in Iceland, who knows? Okay, and then we're up to issue 4, first printing of Absolute Wonder Woman. And we have multiple covers to choose from. So I'll try to lay these out a little bit. This is cover A, I believe. I think this is the one that jumps out at me as my favorite immediately, but all of them are great. I love, of course, the variant covers are neat because of the printing process. We'll let this sit over here. And then we have Detective Comics. This has been a really good read, really good story. And we have some variant covers here. It's like, I forget the name of this character, but look at that cover. Unbelievable. I love it. Okay, well, thank you for staying tuned and checking all these new arrivals out with me. And for all this, you can find me and find these comics at magnitude10comics.com.